Is a 300x for XRP actually realistic? With the Ripple SEC case end right around the corner and some serious price momentum behind XRP, a lot of people are asking the question, just how high can XRP go? In this video, I'm going to give you my opinion on that, as well as talk about something that happened earlier today that I believe is absolutely critical to the bull run we're heading into. Guys, what happened earlier today, I believe, is serious fuel for really pushing this cryptocurrency industry so much higher than where we stand right now. In this video, we're going to talk about that, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to like these videos and subscribe to the channel. These two simple things really do help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to start this video out and just quickly cue you in on something that happened earlier today that is so important for the entire cryptocurrency market. And I know this isn't the sexy, fun topic for this video, but it is so important that you understand this, because really macro policy is what determines all markets, especially smaller markets like the cryptocurrency market. So things like this is just absolutely imperative that we stay cued in on and really pay attention to how the macro is going to influence our investment. From a high level, it's really important to understand that right now we're essentially in a very hard environment for cryptocurrencies. Why is that? It's because interest rates are super high. Big investment firms, big monies, they don't need super high returns to make a lot of capital. You're making 5% on a couple $1 billion, you're making a lot of money. Therefore, when interest rates are high and investment firms can get really easy guaranteed returns on their money, like the 5% we just talked about via treasury bonds, they're simply going to invest their money safely in vehicles like that. So high interest rates really pull a lot of money that would be invested in things like cryptocurrencies and stocks out of those markets and into more conservative investments. And that's the environment we've been in for the past couple of years. High interest rates. It is extremely hard for cryptocurrencies to prosper in this kind of environment. They've done so anyway, don't get me wrong. We've seen some nice price appreciation from things like Bitcoin, but ultimately the environment is not conducive to what cryptocurrencies would really benefit from. I bring that up because I believe we are about to watch a massive change in the interest rate environment. I believe interest rates are about to drop massively in the back half of this year. We've talked about this on the channel a lot. And today we got confirmation from the Federal Reserve that they have the same exact plan. It's always so nice when the things we forecast drop in line perfectly with the things happening on the macro, because this aligns perfectly with regulations coming to the cryptocurrency industry, XRP getting its ultimate clarity, pro-cryptocurrency candidates coming into power, and really cryptocurrencies being adopted for their full intended use case. When you do that backdrop with the positive macro environment, guys, I really do believe we have the potential to see one of the biggest bull runs in history. I want you to listen to Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell tell you this himself, though, because this is the kind of thing that's really going to pour gasoline on the fire and put us in an environment that really can send cryptocurrencies to a whole new level.
The question will be whether the totality of the data, the evolving outlook, and the balance of risks are consistent with rising confidence on inflation and maintaining a solid labor market. If that test is met, a reduction in our policy rate could be on the table as soon as the next meeting in September.
So guys, if you've ever listened to a Federal Reserve meeting before, that's as close as they get to telling you that we are going to see rate cuts next meeting. A fantastic sign for the cryptocurrency industry. And I really do believe if you pair this with the massive win we're likely going to see right around the corner in the Ripple SEC case, when you pair this with pro-cryptocurrency candidates and you have the Democratic Party flipping from anti-crypto to at least pretending to be pro-crypto, guys, these are all things that are going to be massively critical and really pouring gasoline on the fire for the next bull market. I want to move on though and talk about the main subject of this video, and that is whether or not a 300x in XRP is unrealistic, delusional, realistic, expected. Where do we sit on that? I saw this tweet earlier today and it just got me so interested in this subject. He said, you'll be lucky to get a 10x on XRP this cycle. These 300x price predictions are beyond delusional. If you hold expecting these ridiculous targets, you will be left holding the bag all the way down to the next bear market. Be careful who you listen to. So obviously, this is a very, very interesting perspective here, right? He's saying a 10x this cycle for XRP is essentially all you should be expecting, and anything more is going to lose you money. Well, guys, the first thing I'll say about that is, right, obviously no one's a fortune teller. And I like to make that clear because I don't pretend to be a fortune teller, right? Never on this channel do I ever come out and say, okay, you can expect a 6 to 7x this cycle, you can expect a 15x, right? I just don't do that, because I know that no one can predict the future. There's no magic line anyone can point to that is going to tell you where this market is going to go. There's no magic chart anyone can point to that is going to be able to forecast where XRP goes over the long run. And in fact, what we have seen is most of the time with cryptocurrencies, if you have a successful cryptocurrency, typically it far out succeeds what the charts typically say. What we normally see with cryptocurrencies is they tend to go so parabolic, it washes out all of the price action beforehand, and you essentially have a brand new chart you're looking at. You look at the XRP price chart, right? I'm sure you guys all have done it. You can't even see the price action from 2013 to 2017. No one was charting XRP to go to $3 to $4, right? That would have seemed absolutely ridiculous, but it did it anyway. So I think we need to start this conversation with that in mind, right? The last time XRP went on this massive pump, no one was forecasting it. No one saw that coming, but it still achieved those things. So I find it so interesting that people come out today and say, oh, XRP could never do a 10x. Why? Why couldn't it do more than that? Why couldn't it do a 15 to 20x? There's nothing anyone can point to other than their own made-up belief that would really give them any confidence in saying XRP couldn't achieve these things. Because at the end of the day, they have no idea. They're not a fortune teller. XRP is going to go to wherever XRP is going to go. So to start there, I really don't think it makes sense to say XRP couldn't do more than a 10x. That number really comes from absolutely nowhere. When you think about it, it's kind of crazy to think that XRP as close to market cap as it is to something like Doge, something like Shiba, right? If you think about it like that, then it's kind of crazy that XRP is trading at the low market cap it's trading today. I would argue that XRP should be 100 times more valuable than Doge, 300 times more valuable than Doge, whatever XRP needs to go to create that gap. To me, that makes sense. Now, you might be arguing Doge is overvalued, XRP is undervalued. Whatever. The point is trying to apply these arbitrary percentages to what XRP can go to in the future without having any basis for why those numbers are being thrown out there is a little silly. The other silly thing about this is the only XRP pump we've ever had in the past was pretty much a 300x. It was pretty much a 400x. So the one historical pump we had for XRP really going parabolic, really getting some price momentum behind it, it actually achieved this crazy massive moment of volatility where it did do a crazy 300x, and that just so happens to be the crazy unrealistic price prediction. Why is that crazy and unrealistic now, but wasn't crazy and unrealistic before? Some people will come back and say, oh, well, XRP is so much bigger now than it was before. It's still tiny in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, no one knows about crypto. We're a weird subset of nerds who somehow figured out that these things are going to be important to the financial system, but no big players really know about crypto or investing into it. We are still in the pre-2000 era of the dot-com bubble. It's absolutely insane to think that XRP already has too much value in it to pump much higher. We're so early in this industry. It's such a nascent asset class. When we see mainstream adoption, the price is going to go extremely parabolic from where we sit. I just don't understand why people think that would be limited by an arbitrary 10x. In my opinion, I really do think XRP can easily go past the $10 to $15 number this cycle. And I'm not going to pretend I have a magic chart to tell me that. The reason why I think that's possible is because XRP has been suppressed so long. If XRP was able to achieve $3 to $4 in 2018, prior to the regulatory win in the Ripple SEC case, prior to new banks coming onto the XRP ledger, prior to lending and borrowing, DID, automated market makers, all these things that make the XRP ledger exponentially more powerful, then there's no reason, in my opinion, XRP can't go substantially higher than that. Back in 2018, we had no idea how these cryptocurrencies were going to be adopted. Most people still thought cryptocurrencies were going to one day be banned in the United States. All that uncertainty is behind us, and in that time, XRP still had enough euphoria to get it up to $3 to $4. So why couldn't it go 10 to 20 to 30x higher than that based on the 10 to 20 to 30x increase in XRP's fundamentals since then? I don't think there's any reason it couldn't. And the fact that people point to market cap and arbitrary charts to try to throw out that number, to me, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What I have seen from game-changing assets over my course of time investing is that they typically tend to go higher than most people anticipate. Everyone said Amazon was severely overvalued at its IPO. Amazon would never grow into that valuation. What did it do? Well, it pretty much 500 to 1,000x to where it is today. Everyone who was saying Amazon was overvalued, it could never do another move like that, it was already so big, they were completely wrong. You saw the same exact thing for Google, Apple, Tesla, Bitcoin. All these successful investments typically massively outperform what people think they could actually achieve. So that just brings us back to the question, what does XRP need to do in order to reach some of these astronomically high price targets? In my opinion, it's just be successful. Really become this neutral liquidity asset, really become this next generation asset for the next generation financial system. And if these things happen, I think the price is going to be exponentially higher than most people anticipate. I don't think for the rest of history, we're just going to be in a 4-year cycle of XRP going up 10x, down 90%, up 10x, down 90%. I think that's completely insane to think that. I think it's a lot more likely that XRP either is successful, gains mass adoption, and the price goes exponentially higher than anyone can anticipate, or ultimately cryptocurrencies fail and this thing turns into a big nothing burger. Now, you guys obviously know that is not where I sit in the slightest. Every single day, I become more confident in my investment with XRP, and I try to relay that information to you guys. But the idea that XRP is just going to do these arbitrary pumps, it's not going to be based on anything. It's just going to be an 8 to 7x every cycle, then follow these typical patterns. No investment works like that. You can't look at any successful asset class, asset throughout history and find any kind of pattern like that. Assets are going to perform how they're going to perform. As the market realizes their value, they'll go up exponentially. And the more useful, the more disruptive, the more important that asset is, the better chance it has of achieving prices that most people today would tell you are unrealistic. They're never going to happen. So guys, I know that's a very long-winded way of saying I don't know where XRP is going to go, but really I would be a liar if I told you anything different. No one knows where XRP is going to go, and trying to be this magic price predictor is only going to make you sell too early or sell too late. If you have the long-term goal of just holding XRP through mass adoption, you have the long-term goal of just holding XRP until your thesis plays out, I have a feeling one day you're just going to be sitting on an amount of XRP where it's not really going to matter at the exact price you sell at, because either way, you'll be up massively and you're not going to be stressing about X percentage here or there. You're going to be up so much, it'll probably all just be trivial. Guys, let me know what you think about that down in the comment section below. Really curious to get other people's perspective. I think a lot of people try to overanalyze these things when the best thing you could do sometimes, just sit on your hands, wait, and understand that you own a game-changing asset that is likely going to outperform most people's expectations. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.